Okay, last day we have discussed about the basic control structures in programming. So we are in very special lesson. You know that closer to 1/3 of syllabus will be covered during this lesson, right? So I will give the tune in next month today. For the moment, let's continue the same one, same note, and I'll make sure to issue you the tune in the next month, right? So let's continue from the note that we have. We have already discussed up to sequence, I guess, right? Last day we have discussed up to sequence. So that is this question. If there are students who couldn't join during in last few weeks, let me explain this to them. But we have started the programming lesson, which is most critical lesson in our syllabus, in grade 11 syllabus, and we learn there are few control structures in programming. Can others remember what are they? Those control structures are, so there are 3 control structures. Those are called sequence, selection, and repetition. Sequence, selection, and repetition. Sequence, the control structure sequence is basically when you have instructions executed one after another, we call that sequence. So if there are instructions, and if those instructions are executed one after another in a chronological or sequential order, we call that control structure as a sequence. Okay, so these are the symbols that we are going to use to draw the diagrammatic representation, or we call flow chart. So by using these symbols, we are going to draw that. So start and stop will be denoted by this ellipse, processes inside the square, input, output inside the parallelogram, decisions inside the diamond, and the connector is to connect multiple paths. Data flow is displayed or explained by using the arrows, right? So that is about this diagrammatic tool. So let's see an example for sequence. Adding 3 numbers, display the total and the average. Start, then you can input. Input is, a parallelogram. Input 3 numbers, number 1, number 2, number 3. Adding those 3 numbers, total equal the number 1, number 2, number 3, all add them. Average equal the total divided by 3. That is also a process, both are processes, so it's inside the square. Then display, that is output. So output, right? Output the total and the average, display total and the average, and the stop. So this is a rough code, not actual code. We call a rough code or pseudo code. In the pseudo code, we are explaining how this is happening. In the examination, mostly they ask this rough code. Rough code is same without the symbols. You can see. So start is replaced with begin. Input number 1, number 2, number 3, same. Total number 1 plus number 2 plus number 3, same. Average is equal total divided by 3, same. Display the total and the average, same. End. Same thing. Without the boxes, and without these shapes. That is called the pseudocode. That is sequence. Then we discuss another one. This is also coming under sequence. We discuss another example which came under sequence, which is calculating the bill in a supermarket. That example we did. So you have number of pencils, number of pens, lunch boxes, etc. You have a quantity and a unit price. Then what you have to do is multiply the quantity by the unit price and display that. And we have done that. Then we learn the second control structure, which is selection. Selection control structure is used to take a decision. Okay, let's take this example. Start. input in two numbers, number 1, number 2, and then comparing those two numbers, whether number 1 greater than number 2. If number 1 is great, if number 1 is greater than number 2, then print in number 1. If not, print in number 2. So what is the output of this program? Basically, the program prints the large number. So number 1, number 2, two numbers. Whatever the large number, if number 1 is larger, it will print number 1. If number 2 is larger, it will print number 2. It's a decision. Either you have to print number 1 or number 2. දෙකෙන් එකයි. You are printing only 1. 2 out of 1. So, sorry, 1 out of 2. You are just printing 1. You are selecting one path. That is called selection, the second control structure. මේ දෙකෙන් එකයි. Number 1 වැඩි නම් number 1ව පෙන්නනවා. Number 1 වැඩි නොවේ නම් number 2ව පෙන්නනවා. එක පැත්තයි තෝරගන්න වෙන්නේ. In a junction, you have to detect or you have to decide whether to turn right or whether to turn left. That is a decision. That is why the decision symbol is there. So these symbols you will adapt after some time, after doing a lot of practicals, you will understand these symbols. Okay, then how this is represented? If number 1 greater than number 2, then display number 1, else number 2. So it's very simple. Okay. Then we did multiple if statements. So you entered 3 numbers, found the average. After finding the average, based on the average, if average greater than or equal to 75, display A. If not, if it is greater than or equal to 60, then B. This is like results, right? 70 පාට වැඩි නම් A. එහෙම නැත්නම් 60ට වැඩි නම් B. If not, if it is greater than 50, C. එහෙමත් නැත්නම් if it is greater than 40, then S, otherwise F. Finally, combine all parts and stop. So this is what we did last week. Okay, I hope now this is clear to you. Right. Is there anyone new today? Anyone who couldn't join previous days? Please raise your hand if you are new. Okay, means you all were there last week. So this is what we got. Right, this is what we got. Did we write down the code in Pascal today? Or we just wrote this pseudo code only? Evin, did you write the Pascal code? Metsani? Or only the pseudo code last day? Timasha?
Only pseudo code.
Only pseudo code. Okay, let's write the Pascal code today and then go to the third control structure, which is repetition, right? Okay, let's write the Pascal code according to the pseudo code given here. First of all, you can write the codes with me. To do that, you can use online Pascal compiler or the GDB compiler. So which is easy. You can do this using your mobile phone even, or you can do using the computer. Okay, I'm sending the link to you. So let's start writing this with me. Okay, you can see the both now. Here, the one side you have the GDB compiler, the other side the pseudocode. So let's convert the pseudocode step by step to the Pascal code. Let's zoom this, and you can see this clearly. Program hello. Let's keep the hello as it is. No need to change. And begin. Before that, we have to introduce the variable. Wow. Oh. Why I'm writing Sinhala? Wow. You need number 1, number 2, number 3, total. Do you need total? No, you have the average only, right? Average. No need to have the total. So all 3 are integers. But you know the average should be real. Why? Because it is a decimal number. So decimal numbers, we call that data type a real data type because you have the fractional points. Then comes the code. First of all, you have to input the numbers. To do that, you can say write single quotation, enter number 1. Then read ln, read that to number 1. Let's copy and paste the same. Number 2 and number 3 need to be taken from the user. Do it with me, Pute. Magettakama karamu. Do it quickly with me. If any errors, you can share the screen. If our need to find the average, sorry. Average is equal to number 1 plus number 2 plus number 3 divided by 3. Then if the average is greater than or equal to 75, then can say, so let's bring the average also, right? Write ln average is avg. If average greater than or equal to 75, then write ln grade is, should be A, right? Grade is A. Else if the next condition and what to do then. Else if the next condition is 60. If it is 60, the grade is B. So likewise, you can continue to write the next statements. B, then, sorry, it's my mistake. Just copy it. Okay, you have few statements. If it is greater than or equal to 60, then else if it is 50, then C. If it is 40, then S. And else it is F. That's it. Are we getting any error? Yes, a lot of errors. Seventeen. I think should be avoided because it's coming under the same statement. Okay, enter the number 1, number 2, and number 3. It's giving the average and displaying the grade also. Done. Quickly do this, Pute. So this is for the last day work, the selection. We'll discuss more questions and also the examination questions. But before that, we have to finish our lesson. So this is like closer to 1/3 of your syllabus. These 2 lessons is 1/3 of your syllabus. We March වෙද්දී 3න් එකක් අවසන් කරන්න තමයි බලන්නේ. හරි syllabus එකෙන් 3න් එකක්. ඒතකොට March වෙනකම් මේ lessons යනවා. Until March these lessons. So don't misunderstand, otherwise you will think තාම programming ද මාර්තු වෙනකම් යනවා programming. Because this is the biggest lesson. And after doing that, we will discuss the examination question also. We have to do practice this. We have to practice a lot. Practice karan natu meka goda dawn ama. Practice and practice. Oluwata yanakama practice karan. It's okay to write the same code again and again, again and again, again and again. Do that until you understand. Change it. Practice it again and again. Finish writing. Shall we go to the next one? Oh,
Okay, sir.
finish.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If not, tell me. Lavanya, finish. Menarat. I need all of you to finish. If not, tell me. Can you raise your hand if you have done? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, please lower your hand. Can you raise your hand if you are still doing? Please raise your hand. Yeah. Yes, 2 are still doing. I will. Okay, 3 are still doing. Okay, 4. Yeah, majority still doing. It's okay. Lower the hands. I'll give you 2 minutes. Do that quickly. Others, please change the variables and try to do, maybe practice it a little. Maybe you can write the code without looking at the code again. Maybe try to print the total average both. Okay. Try to print the total average both. Try to get others who have finished, maybe they can try to enter 10 subjects. Try to get 10 subjects, maybe maths, English, science, likewise 10 subjects or 9 subjects. You can enhance the program until others finish this. I'll give you 2 more minutes to finish. Okay, so the next thing is the third control structure that we are going to discuss is repetition. So let's write 3 repetition. Sometimes we call iteration. Repetition or iteration. Under that, please write. Under repetition, iteration, please write. If the same instruction set is repeated based on a condition, we call that the repetition control structure. It has 3 basic features. The start, step, then end. So start is how we can start, the starting index. Step is how we step into the next stage or how we advance into the next stage. And end, the termination, it's based on a condition. So let's learn with an example. So I'll explain the example, then we have to do things along. We have to do some exercises along. So there will be a lot of exercises under this topic, right? Under repetition, we will do a lot of exercises. Maybe we will do some exercise and we will do some homework also. So there will be lot. Start from 1 and print integers until 10. Start from 1 and print integers until 10. So what is the start? You need to find start. Start from 1. Step, you have to move 1 by 1 and end when the final number is 10. Okay, let's draw the flow chart now. So very important in the flow chart. I'm going to take a new file. So you know the starting and ending symbols clearly. So starting symbol is ellipse and ending symbol is also ellipse. You know how to start, starting from 1. So we can make it a process. We can tell the number equal 1 directly because no need to take input even. We can say number equal 1 because we know it. How we are going to stop? So the decision need to be added. The decision symbol is diamond. Decision for diamond. Here you can say number less than or equal to 10. So that's how you are going to proceed. If number less than or equal to 10, you are going to repeat what? Repeat what? That is also a problem. No? Repeating what? Repeating. You need to print the number and also go to the next number. Step in is, you can say number equal number plus 1. This is how you step. And what is the output of this is you need to print the number or display the number. Then how do we link them? Means how the flow happens. From the start to the number directly, you have to move from the, from here to number 1 to the condition also you can directly move. Condition can be checked immediately. If it is less than that, then you can go and print the number. So let's put this. If it is less than, then you can go and print the number. That can be done. So okay, after that you can increment the number or you can go to the next step. Next step is adding 1 to the number. Finally, you can come back and check whether the number is greater than or equal to 10. That means you are coming back. This is the loop. This is the loop. Loop means you are coming back. Or there is a circle. You can see. So if you analyze this, you can see what. So let's draw arrows. Arrows are forming a cycle. Arrows go this direction, going down, and after that coming back, going up and coming to the beginning point, which is creating a cycle, which is this red color cycle is called a loop or repetition. The red color cycle is called a loop. So what's the name? It's loop or a cycle. So that is what the repetition is, a loop or a cycle, and that is what the repetition is. And ultimately, okay, first time number 1 less than 10, printing it, adding 1. Now number 2 less than 10, printing it, adding 1. Now number 3 less than 10, printing it, adding 1. Now 4 is less than 10, printing it, adding 1. Now 5 is less than 10, printing it, adding 1. Keep repeating, keep looping, finally 10. 10 less than, yes, 10 less than 10, no, but 10 equal to 10, display, add in 1, now 11, 11 less than or equal, no, then you can come here and end the program, finish it. Stop. And you have to mention which side is yes side and which side is no side. To do that, I'm going to add a text box. So this is yes side. When condition is true, you are going this direction. And you need to change this. Let's go to the design. And I'm filling no color. And yes, no outline to text outline. This is text shape outline, no outline. Okay, yes side and shape fill also, no fill. Yes and no side here. Okay, let's remove these annotations. Now you can clearly see the answer, and I'll send the answer to you. This is easy. I'll send because this is your first time. Let me send the answer in the chat. You can open and add that to the note. Please open it and add to the note. Okay, I have sent you the answer today. Please look at that. Add that to your note, or you can just draw this quickly. Do it quickly. So let me know if there are mistakes. Check it again. Start number equal 1. Okay. Here you can put a circle. Sometimes in some books you can see there is a circle. Connect junction එකේ roundabout එකක් වගේ දානවා circle එකක්. සමහර ඒවා මෙහෙම දානවා. ඒතර උඩිනොත් ඊතලයක් එනවා උඩිනොත් arrow එක දාලා තමයි මෙහෙම දාන්නේ. හැබැයි ඒක අනිවාර්ය නැහැ. In your book I have not seen this. මෙතනිමුත් arrow එකක් ඒතර දාලා දාන්නේ. මෙහෙම ඊතලේ දාලා මෙහෙම දානවා. But this is not compulsory. You can ignore that. ඒතර ඒක නොදා ඔයාලා සාමාන්‍ය අර කලින් කරපු විදියට නිකම්ම ඊතල දෙක කම්මැලි විදියට link කරත් කමන්නේ. Just link in the arrows, it's okay. Right, let's add this to the note now. Insert, plot from computer. Add. Done. Okay, then what is the pseudocode? Let's make it smaller. Okay, what is the pseudocode? Writing the same thing, but there are 3 methods of doing that. So pseudocode means like writing the same code. So same thing which is in the box, which is in the boxes in this flow chart, but without that boxes. මේ boxes නැතුව නිකන් code එක ලියන්නනේ තියෙන්නේ. But දැන් අර මේ roaming උඩට යන එකක් තියෙනවානේ. There is a loop. Therefore there is a special way of writing that. There's a loop, so there's a special way of writing. So let me tell that. Please add this to the note quickly. The special way that you are doing is this. There are 3 ways of writing that. Please add this to the note. Or please write down this in your note. Please write down all three methods because it's really, really needed. So we will practice all three methods now in our Pascal compiler. But before that, you have to write down this. Do this quickly. So the first one is when you know the condition, when you know the start and the condition. The second one is when you know the start step and the condition. The third one is when you know the start, step, stop and the condition can be checked later. So this is like you check before you jump into the river. You check before you can swim or not. After wearing safe jacket, everything, then only you jump to the river. A safer way. ඉස්සලා condition එක බලලා තමයි ඉස්සලා ඊට පස්සේ loop එක යන්නේ. මෙතනදී එහෙම නෑ, you first jump into the river and then check the condition. You start immediately but later check the condition. Download එකක් එහෙම ගනිද්දී පුතේ මෙහෙම නෙවෙන්නේ. When you click download, it start downloading. අපි හිතමු 2 GB. Yeah, 2 GB download is there. You have only 1 GB data. එතකොට 1 GB data තියනවාද කියලා බලන්න download එක start කරන්නකොත් start කරනවා. මැද්දට ගිහිලා කියනවා data ඉවරයි කියලා. It will go to the middle and tell now you don't have data. එතකොට first of all it will execute, then only it check the condition. හැබැයි file එකක් copy කරද්දී when we copy a file what will happen? So understand these examples carefully, right? අහගෙන ඉන්න ඊට පස්සේ ලියාගන්න. Please understand this carefully. Then so think that you have a download. Download size is 2 GB, but you have only 1 GB data. Then what will happen? Before downloading, it won't check that. It will start downloading. After finishing 1 GB, it will prompt you, you don't have data. Then your download will stop in the middle. That is like the last method, the purple color. But in the other one, it is like, let's say you copy 2 GB file to your pen drive. Before copying, it will check your pen drive and tell whether you have space or not. So before copying, it will check the condition. Here, before downloading, it didn't check. But before copying, it will check. Sometimes you need while, sometimes you need repeat. Let's understand these three methods with the practical. So let's take your example. I'm going to take the online Pascal compile and try this. The first one, right? Actually, the answer is not the same, right? Not the same as the question, right? So what I have written here is not the same as the question. The question says print numbers from 1 to 10. So let's apply to that one and understand, right? So you need to print numbers from 1 to 10. So you know the starting point. Starting point is, so let's say you have only one, that is number. Number is integer. Number is integer එකක්. And you know the first one is, you can say the number equal to 1 because you know the starting point. Then while. What is the condition? You can say C or the number less than or equal to 10 because you need to print the 10 numbers. What to do? So let's begin. You need to write ln the number. Then you can say number equal to number plus 1 and end it. That's it. When I run this, is there any errors? Oh no, if not, I'll get numbers from 1 to 10. Okay, this is the answer. So note that this is starting from 2, going 2 by 2 is not the answer to the question that I have given, right? I have given numbers from 1 to 10. If you put 2 and 2 here, what will happen? 2 here and 2 here. Then it will print 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It's printing even numbers. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So for the question that I have given, you need to write it is 1 and 1. 2, 2 will give the even numbers. Okay, this is the first method. So please do this. Let me know if you are getting any errors. If not, let's continue. Do this first. Sorry, let me zoom a little. Don't take screenshots, that won't help. So you have to do this. Only by doing this you can understand, right? Taking screenshots and doing, so that won't help you. What you have to do is practice it. Practicing is the only thing that you can do. Without practicing, this won't work. Okay, the second method, it is clear-cut method. It's a very decent, simple, easy two-line method. So why? So let's say you have another number, let's say num2. Num2 is integer. So I'm using num2 for this time, right? The second method, okay, this is method number 1. I have to name this method as, I think, let's write ln. This is method number 1. Or otherwise, like, you will confuse with this method 0, 1. And I'm not going to write ln. I'm just writing the number and then a space, right? So why? Then I can horizontally type this here. So what's wrong? A semicolon. Okay, here let's type in horizontally because I'm not write ln. Write ln will go to the next line. Write ln. So I'm writing and put in a space to separate. Write and put a space to separate, then sprint in horizontally. And after that, the method number 2. So let's write ln again and write ln again. Write ln to take a new line. Empty write ln to take a new line. And then the method 2 is the next heading. After that, for num2 equal 1 to 10, do the same. Write num2, that's all. So see how simple the second method is. It's printing number 1 to 10. So it's very, very simple method. And you can add begin and end also. Begin and දාන්න පුළුවන් මේකට. Here in addition to this you can put begin and end, but it is optional. එක line එකක් තියෙද්දි begin and දාන්න ඕනම නැහැ. Begin and දැම්මත් ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. It will work. But even without the begin end, since it is a single line, even without a begin and end, it will work, right? එහෙනම් එක line එකක් තියෙන එක දාන්නම ඕන නැහැ. මෙතන line දෙකක් තියෙන ඉඳ තමයි මෙතන එකකුයි දෙකක් තියෙනවා. Yeah, since there are 2 lines, that's why I put the begin and end. Otherwise, it's not required. So the 4 is the easiest way. So let's try the next one. But before that, do the 4 also. I'll give you 3 minutes. Please practice that also. Then your time will come. You have to practice. You have to do the things, right? I'll give more exercises. So time to learn the third one also. Third one, I said that it's like jumping into the river before checking whether you can swim or not. So that means you are immediately starting without checking any condition. You are immediately starting. Let's say number 3 is integer, and I'm going to use that for the third one. The method number 3 comes here. Let's copy and paste the same. So you can say num3 equal 1. Similar, this is similar to while loop, right? More similar to while loop. Then you can start repeating, and let's say you can repeat. Let's write this without checking anything. Write the number 2 without checking anything. Number 3 without checking anything, and then only you increment. The number 3 is equal to number 3 plus 1, and finally after doing this you are checking until Until what? Until let's say num3 equal 10. Until num3 equal 10. Okay. Let's run this. Legal expressions 27. Num3 plus 1, sorry. Okay, here it is. You have to tell it's 11, right? Because until 10 so until 11 you have to use, this is method 3, sorry, method 3 and something. Okay, here it is. That is the third method that we are going to learn. So now you have all 3 methods included here. Please write down, add this to your code, test this and share the screen also. I'll give you 2 minutes, add this quickly and let's share the screen after that. I think you can add this space in between the single quotations. Put a space here. In between the single quotation, you can put space. Here, here, and here. Then it will show nicely. Yeah, that's it. Anyone else? Very good. Anyone else? Quickly, Pute. Don't take much time. Don't waste others' time. Vanshika, can you share? Vanshika. Okay, you're getting some errors. So let's correct this. That's why I said, even though you get some errors, please show it. Then only we can correct it. No. So it says line number 26. There's a fatal error. Line number 26. 4. Okay. So that is because of the 25th semicolon is missing. 25th line, the semicolon is missing. That's the reason. Okay, now we can run it. I hope it will be okay now. All right, it's still line number 31. 31. The fatal is 2, 4. So that is because the 30th line you have the semicolon missing. I hope now it's okay. Another one. So it's num3. For num3, you have not introduced num3 here. Please add the num3 in the definition. Yeah, that place. Num3 is integer. You have to define the number. Integer, same integer. That's why if you share, I can help. That's the reason. Okay. So method 1 is, I think, okay. Method 1 print because you have just added right ln. It's okay. Anyway, it's working. Something to be happy. Okay, so let's proceed and let's learn the final thing, and I will give few exercises today. Just do as homework. Try to print the following patterns. Also, draw the flow charts and pseudocodes. Also draw the flow charts and pseudocodes, patterns, right? Patterns. So what are the patterns? Let's copy and paste. These are the patterns that you're going to do. Right, first is 2 to 12, 1 to 11. So this is easy. This is easy. Why? So we have already done that, right? 2 to 12. How? 2 to 12 means you have to start from 2. Let's change the first one. Start from 2, go 2 by 2, up to 12. So see here, the first method is printing 2 to 12. Okay, then 1 to 11, that is also easy. Here put 1 to 11. Not this. So you can't edit this one. So let's go to the repeat one, the third method. Let's remove the second one. Don't need that. The question 2 is this. Starting from 1 up to 12, you have to go 2 by 2. So then printing. Starting from 1 up to 12 until this is equal 13, right? Sorry, it's not meeting the requirements. Okay, now I can see the method 2 is printing 1 to 11 because it will never go to the 12 odd numbers, no. 1, 3, 5, 9, 11, 7, 5, 7, 9, 11. So it will not go to the 12. That's why if I put 12, it's passing that because it never meet 12, but it will meet 13. When it comes to 13, it will terminate. Or otherwise, you have to tell number greater than 12. So that is another way of telling that number greater than 12 terminate, and that will happen. First 2 I have done for you. So please try to do the next as a homework. First 2 I have already done. Right. Also draw the flow charts and pseudocodes. First 2 I have done for you. The next, and also you need to draw the flow chart, pseudocode also. We'll discuss that next day today. Please try the question quickly. This is the full question. Try to print the following patterns. Also draw the flow charts and pseudocodes. The patterns are given. Please write down them. And also write the example, and you can take a screenshot of the code maybe. Finish. Okay, please take a screenshot if not, and write down and try to do this as a homework. When you do this, please send me a WhatsApp or send it to the Discord. Then I can watch it and let you know that maybe correct the mistakes if you have any. Then good night. See you all next week. Okay, I'll stop from.
Thank you, sir.